everybody that don't know what's ever hard, why I love you so. You got me slipping like a flag on the pole. Come on, let me good time for the whole.
What's happening, road dogs and highway hounds? Hey, like my intro music, huh? Glowing white light. Sorry, we're low budget here. We don't edit. We don't do anything that. We don't bug you with advertising, and we don't bug you for donations. Kind of nice. No, but more business ideas that I have. Most of my business ideas are down the road a piece. And but one of them that I think is cool, especially when it comes to Litecoin, is, and this is my thinking, and part of why I like Litecoin so much. You see, Litecoin is a value buy. Okay? I remember when Bitcoin was at the price that Litecoin is at right now. And I was the one saying, I don't want it, blah, 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 this and that and the other thing. And now I'm looking at Litecoin, it's at the same place. And it holds all the same properties as Bitcoin, for the most part. I mean, shorter block time, maybe a little more risky because of that, those type of things. But for the most part, it holds the same properties as Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin is becoming Turing complete. Alright? www.rsk.co. You hear me talk about rootstock. And the reason why I talk about rootstock is because nobody else is talking about it. But that is Bitcoin's answer to Ethereum. Now, how I found out about rootstock was I was talking to somebody who was watching my videos who's pretty clearly plugged in pretty heavily to the Litecoin community, and he talked like an engineer, he acted like an engineer, and I imagine he was an engineer, because that's something I've noticed about the Litecoin community, is most of the people who are into it are engineers, and they're, which is, really doing some profound things. And that's a good thing to have. It's bad when it comes to PR and public relations and stuff, but it's a good thing to have a bunch of engineers wrapped around your altcoin or whatever. I don't consider it an altcoin because I think it's gold and silver. I think they're hand in hand, Bitcoin and Litecoin. But a lot of people don't. And I like that, the fact that a lot of people don't. Because what it does for me, because I don't have a big chunk of change that I can lay down in it. And it's probably not smart to lay down a big chunk of change into Litecoin. But what it does, and the fact that I don't have the... Because if I did have a big chunk of change, I probably would. But I have to resist those natural tendencies of wanting to do that. Because I have the potential of being able to do it, and I might do it because I do believe in Litecoin so much. And I've watched it. But what's nice is that dollar cost averaging that I talked about. Now here's the thing. This is what's awesome. We give a currency power. Okay? If people reject a currency like the US dollar, like I am doing, because I think the US dollar is unconstitutional, it's illegal, and I think our representatives have been derelict in their duties, and they need to be removed. And this is a bloodless revolution. It's a peaceful way to change things, because our leaders are inept. So that's why I like Bitcoin. That's why I like gold and silver, and that's why I like Bitcoin and Litecoin. I love my country. I love our Constitution. I love the way, way to look into the future. Because what Bitcoin has been through, Litecoin goes through at a slower pace. And as these things like Ethereum and Ripple and whatever else come up, Steemit and things like that, people get distracted by this hot new investment and they go running over there, which is really actually pretty nice because it leaves the volatility out of Bitcoin and Litecoin, because now Litecoin and Bitcoin are becoming more mature and they're becoming more stable. People see what it has done, and they think that one of these altcoins is going to do the same thing. And so they're running over there and causing them to shoot up and then crash and go bam, and that's cool because it's not doing it in Bitcoin and Litecoin as much anymore. I'm sure there's going to be volatile times, periods of time, but so now here's what I'm getting at with the Litecoin. Rootstock is coming out in support of Bitcoin, and that engineer that I was talking about that was plugged in with Litecoin, who told me about Rootstock, was telling me that Rootstock will be very easily applied to Litecoin. Now you see that's another advantage of Litecoin. I wonder if yours .network, that new Steemit and Bitcoin's answer to Steemit, I'm wondering if that will be easily transferable to Litecoin. And I imagine it is. I don't know a whole lot about coding. If there's any coders out there, I don't censor my comments unless like Google says this is clearly a spam, and they put it in my spam folder. I look and it's like some Russian stuff, with a website. If you're just trying to advertise, I'll delete those. But if you think I'm ugly or whatever, I don't care. I think the word troll is overused, but I don't care. You can write whatever you want down there, if you're trying to lead people astray or something, which is pretty subjective. I'm pretty loose when it comes to letting stuff roll by, and I don't, pretty hard to hurt my feelings. So with Litecoin, get off track so much. You almost have a way to look into the future, because you see what's coming out with Bitcoin, and you can tell that it's going to come out. You know it's going to be coming out with Litecoin. Rootstock will more than likely be applied to Litecoin, which makes Litecoin Turing complete. So now Litecoin is totally programmable. So what I want to do with my business, and I've got my own idea, which I'm not going to share with you because I don't want you to steal it. But you can develop your own way to use cryptocurrency to change the world for the better, hopefully, by using the Litecoin network, and that will, you can tell. I looked at it, it was $350 when I started looking at Bitcoin, and now it's $600. I have no doubt in my mind. I have a little doubt every once in a while. It's kind of scary. Gotta have testicular fortitude, but I got enough. So I just save my money in it, and I think in time Bitcoin's going to go through the roof. I think they'll start measuring. They won't measure it in Bitcoins anymore. They'll measure it in bits. And Litecoin, they'll start measuring in lights or something. I don't know what, but it's coming. And so my long-term vision, which ain't very 5-10 years, I figure 5-10 years, I'm going to have a Turing complete Litecoin, and I can use that to program that currency in my business, and the money that I'm saving now in Litecoin will be that much more valuable in the future, and I will be able to make that much more of an impact. You see what I'm saying? That's why I like Litecoin so much. I don't care about getting rich next week or next month or making $150 on a good trade. I don't care about that. I want something that's going to be a good, solid investment for the long term. And because Bitcoin has proven itself to be stable, unlike the leadership at Coinbase, which just and Winklevi or Gemini, unlike that leadership there that's very impulsive and foolish and takes the cryptocurrency that's not even a year old yet and adds it to their exchange. What a stupid move. I'm sorry, Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, the Winklevoss twins. Way to go. That was a brilliant move. That's one thing that scares me about this area, this space, is the youth involved in it. And I'm pretty young, you know, and I do stupid things too, but you know, you got these 20-something, 30-somethings that are CEOs of these big, massive companies, and they haven't failed enough yet, done stupid things like Brian Armstrong did by putting Ether in Coinbase. I'm sorry, guys. I can't help it, man. I'd say what I believe, and I ain't gonna pull punches and act like I like Ethereum's a good thing. No, it's not. It's horrible. Ethereum is horrible. 12% of the entire supply was given to the developers, right? They had a pre-mine, pre-sale, and nobody knows who got those. Tone Vase pointed out that a bunch of Bitcoins were raised by there, and somebody said they were foolishly managed and they don't have them anymore. The money that was raised was, you know, you've got hedge fund managers, they're high rollers, they like living large, you know, so they probably squandered that too. But what I'm talking about is Litecoin is a good, solid product, which is what you want to invest in. And in time, it's going to have all of the qualities that Bitcoin's going to have, or that Bitcoin has. So you see what's coming down the road for Bitcoin. It'll be very easily transferred over to Litecoin for the most part. I'm sure there's some exceptions, but that's why I like Litecoin. And when people try and destroy a network, they're trying to destroy Bitcoin. They're attacking Bitcoin. They're attacking Ethereum. You know, Litecoin is just kind of down there below the radar. And all of the attacks that, you know, the vulnerabilities that Bitcoin discovers, Litecoin discovers it, and they modify their code. That's what all those engineers are doing. They're making it stronger, making it stronger. That's why Litecoin is so freaking awesome, and it's so undervalued. $3.50. I'm looking back at it when I was looking at Bitcoin, thinking it was when it was $3.50. It's computer money. It's stupid. It's foolish. And then the U.S. government recognized it as a currency, and I said, "Excuse me." You know, they recognized it as a legitimate currency. November of 2013. Look up U.S. Senate hearings on Bitcoin, November 2013. At Thanksgiving, I went down to my family's Thanksgiving gathering. A whole family was there. I walked in there, I asked, "Has anybody heard of Bitcoin?" And everybody looked around like, "What?" Nobody. I was the only one. This is the future, folks, and you can't stop it. And if you're watching this video, even if you're upset with me for talking bad about Ethereum or whatever, you gotta admit, it is pretty cool to be at this point in time and looking at what is coming down the road and being in a position to capitalize on it and to change the world for the better. And that's what I hope your desire is, rather than pumping up these altcoins and misleading people and trying to deceive people so you can make money off of their backs. I don't have a whole lot of respect for those scumbags out there that are doing that. But do what's right. Trust the natural basic laws that have guided mankind for centuries. And gold and silver is money. Okay, yeah, it's not legal tender in the United States. But if you got a chunk of gold in your pocket, you're smiling. You know what it is. And that's what I'm saying. And the thing is, if this digital money, it makes total sense to have it be gold. That's the way Satoshi wanted it, was gold. It only makes sense to have a silver. And that's what I talked about in my video, Bitcoin's killer app. Go check that out. But the nickel coin, the idea of a nickel coin, where somehow you distribute a nickel coin that's 1/95th of a Bitcoin to the masses, raise money and use that money to buy ads on the Super Bowl or the World Cup or whatever, and make it accessible to everybody, and release that nickel coin so that everybody can get nickel coin. I mean, how awesome is that? That will do it. That will spread adoption. But right now, you're going to be telling somebody down the road, possibly, if this nickel coin idea, takes hold, you're going to be saying, man, I remember when Litecoin was $3.50. What's it trading at today? Oh, I think it's trading at about $650. Yeah, I remember when it was $3.50. And you can say, I bought in, and that's why we're sitting here today talking about this, and how it revolutionized my life for the better, and how it revolutionized your life for the better. Because Bitcoin and Litecoin is a good thing, folks. And what you do today will impact tomorrow. Man, it's pretty awesome to think about when you think about that. That's my business idea. Invest in Litecoin, knowing that what all comes down the road for Bitcoin will end up on Litecoin anyway. You're at the time right now where you can, it doesn't take, 84 million Litecoins? Think about it. There's 250 million people in the United States alone, okay? There isn't enough for everybody in the United States. And, look up Litecoin Pacific Wings Ltd. Okay, they're promoting it in Asia. How many more people in Asia are there than the population of the United States? And once people start grabbing hold of this stuff, it's gonna get stupid. It's gonna get real stupid. And how much this stuff will go up. But I think if you did a nickel coin and started giving that away for free, just giving it away for free, and if people can temper their greed and not start taking it and flipping it and trying to make money on it. But just let the people who didn't get into Bitcoin and Litecoin get in on the nickel coin for free. Because let's face it, if you're interested in this space, it's because you care about your money. You're a little bit smarter. I don't know about smarter, but you're somebody. It's kind of the free market rewarding those who are paying attention. You know, and the greedy people who are out there pumping and dumping, they're gonna get theirs, you know. Said it before, I say it again. Pigs get fed, hogs get slaughtered. Adios, muchachos.